video. We are playing Dredge. Oh, and our opponent is also on. Oh, they're not on Dredge, but they're on another Bazaar deck. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan this hand. We don't have a Bazaar. We need Bazaar obviously, and we'll mulligan this hand too. This is also a mulligan. Let's see if we can find a Bazaar. This is a mulligan as well. This is a mulligan as well. And this one is a keep. We're just gonna bottom all of this stuff and keep the Golgari Grave Troll, I guess, in the Bazaar. Yeah, I think it's like I think you have like a 97% chance of hitting Bazaar in your opener. I think. Not 100% sure on that. But yeah, we're playing a Bazaar, not a mirror match, because they're a different Bazaar deck than we are. But we'll see how this goes. I'm going to be interested to see who wins this matchup. Oh, man. They have Vengevine already. So they're already ahead of us. Way ahead of the curve. Gosh, and they're going to lead with a 4-3 haster. Yep. And we have nothing in our hand. So good luck to us, I guess. Let's see what we got here. We could find a hollow one, so let's go ahead and just activate Bazaar. Alright, this is pretty decent. We can go ahead and just discard these. We're just like 2 turns too slow, I think. Because Vengevine is very fast. Vengevine can get things rolling like immediately. As it turns out, yep, we are definitely in a problem spot here. They also run Fury and things like, you know, the red root Walla, which is annoying because they can go Fury and then clean up our entire board. Their deck probably is, honestly, I mean, this is definitely like, there's 2 ways to go about Bazaar Baghdad, right? You can go like the Vengevine way, or you could go the Dredge way. And I think there were some people that were playing like Dredgevine, which is also kind of cute. That was before the introduction of the Modern Horizons cards. People were trying out like Dredgevine, and it was pretty interesting. But yeah, let's see if we can get ourselves into a better spot. Okay, so they're gonna wasteland. Nothing we could do about that, but we do have a Golgari Grave Troll in the graveyard, so that's gonna be helpful. Yeah, we have nothing to do here. This game is gonna end very fast. If we don't have a response, then the game is gonna end very quickly. Oh, they're gonna Noxious Revival us here? Yeah, that's fine. That just gives us one less way to dredge. It's actually a pretty good play. Alright, Creeping Chill is good. And yeah, we're just gonna pass the turn here. That does kind of buy us an extra turn, but we're still in a losing spot regardless. We can go Ichorid and we can Shambling Shell, which is nice, but I think that this is probably over. We'll see. I kind of want to play the Vengevine deck too. It's a very, very good deck. I've played it before, and I've been pretty successful with it in previous vintage games. But it's just not a deck that I play it very often. It is a very strong deck though. So let's see what we got here. Seven. Yep. I mean, we do get another turn, technically, but it's tough to say. I mean, Ichorid's just going to be a main phase attacker, or like an hour turn attacker, I should say. So it's not going to be something we can put in the battlefield on my opponent's turn. So Noxious Revival on what? Oh, the Golgari Grave Troll, sure. Yeah. This is fine. We'll just Exile Grief, I guess. And then Dredge Shambling Shell. Like I said, we get an extra turn because of that, because of the Creeping Chill, but we'll see. We also can't use Ichorid next turn, which is kind of annoying, but we could still like Narcomoeba, I guess. Yeah, Hollow One's pretty good. I actually forgot this deck plays Hollow One too. The deck is basically like, it's similar to Dredge, runs a lot of similar cards like Force of Will and stuff, and Hollow One and Noxious Revival, but it's just a different flavor of Bazaar. All right, we're not going to use this. Yeah, let's concede. I should have conceded a long time ago. All right, game 2. What do we got here? So Leyline of the Void is actually pretty great against this matchup, because they use the graveyard too. Like they use it for Vengevine, they use it to bring things back from like Squee and Master of the Death. Sickening Shoal, probably not really that great, honestly. We could force a Vigor against their Hollow Ones, but I think that's also too cute. I think at that point I'd rather just Sickening Shoal, honestly. And let's go ahead and go cut down on 2 Shambling Shells, 3 Ichorids. Let's get down on some Noxious Revivals. And let's see, we can cut one more card. Let's cut the Chalice, because we're not really chalicing for anything. All right, let's go ahead and see what our opponent's going to do. I think we have a pretty solid setup here, but again, the matchup probably isn't great. It's probably not the best matchup. And I mean, we could have brought in the Force of Vigors, but I don't know what our opponent would bring in against us. I guess Leyline of the Void would be the one thing that they would bring in against us, but I don't know. I'm just so... I keep thinking like we don't need Force of Vigors, and then we always need them, which is a problem, but we'll see. All right, well, this is a mulligan because we don't have Bazaar. This is also a mulligan because we don't have Bazaar. This is also a mulligan because we don't have Bazaar. This happened last game too, wasn't it? All right, this is a keep. Yes, this is definitely a keep. They mulligan to 5. I mean, their deck also similarly wants to keep a hand with Bazaar in it. So we're going to keep this. We're going to pitch, I guess, the Force of Will and the Narco we don't need. And the worst Dredger is Golgari. Yep, and then we'll just go to main phase. We don't see a ley line, which is great, which means we are kind of open here. Gonna Bazaar. Let's put back Stinkweed, Golgari. And then we're gonna cast Hollow One and say go. This is a much better turn 1 than our last game, because now we can go upkeep Golgari, Stinkweed. Yeah, this is pretty solid. I mean, I can't complain about this. This is like the best hand we've ever had. All right, let's see what you got. Actually, really, Bazaar of Baghdad is becoming one of my favorite cards. All right, Baskin Walla, and then they got a Hollow One. Oh, I knew it. I knew they had the Hollow One. Well, we're going to have to block... Oh, we shouldn't block anything, actually, because we do want to keep our Hollow One in check for their Hollow One. So we're just going to have to take 8 damage here, which is really annoying, honestly. But what can you do? I'm just going to eat the damage. We're gonna make our money back with Creeping Chills, so don't worry. Don't you worry. All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, let's go ahead and go guard Grave Troll and Stinkweed Imp. And discard these 3. Yeah, like I said, we were going to make our money back. And we've got blockers for Basking Root Walla too, which is kind of nice. And then if we can find like a Silver Smote, we'd be looking good too. See, we're already like almost equal. And then we're just going to go guard Grave Troll again. All right. And then I think we're just going to attack. Do they want to trade Hollow Ones? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that trade. That's actually okay for me, in my opinion. Because we got like a bunch of ways to put things in on the battlefield. The only thing we need is honestly like we need to find prize amalgams. Because if we can throw some prize amalgams in the graveyard, then the ichorid trigger will be like a turn stronger. Ah, Wasteland. Okay, that's fine. We don't care too much about that at this point. But we do have to be very careful here. I want to see more Creeping Chills. The prize amalgam strategy is unfortunately not going to work. Oh, and then we got another hollow one. Yeah. I think the Vengevine deck is just better right now. I think the deck is just way better. Oh wow, this is insane. They're just like out bazaring us, I guess you could say. I mean, we can just block this, I guess. Is that a mistake? I don't think so. Let's see what they do here. I'm just going to have to do this and then bring it back with Exile and Grief. And then we're going to Stinkweed Imp here, I guess. Yeah, like I said, the prize amalgam. I think this is game over. Yeah, this is game over. All right. Well, we tried our best, but I think Vengevine is just like probably a bad matchup for us. I haven't really faced this matchup in a long time, so I don't know who's favored, but it looks like Vengevine is like way favored based on that interaction. But anyway, that's going to be a wrap, folks. We're not doing too great in this league, but that's fine. We just keep trying. Again, it's about the process. It's about learning. It's not so much about winning or losing, although it would be nice to win some. I will see you all next time. Peace out. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Peace out.